Hey, Miss Knight, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. How's your time been since our last meeting?
It's been good. I actually had some time off last week, so I got to go to the beach and relax with my family. So it was really good.
Oh, that's so fun. I got to actually go to Raleigh this past weekend and see my family too. It's always
Oh,
great. It's always great to see your family during the pandemic because there's not a lot of opportunity to, I feel like.
yeah, definitely. I've never been to Raleigh, actually.
Oh yeah, well it was fun. If you ever go, you can contact me and I'll let you know of sights to see and things to do. We had a blast, me and my family there.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Well, getting into what we were talking about last time at our last meeting, by the way, thank you again for joining me for this meeting, is talk about NetSuite a little bit and see how it can help you and solve some issues that you were having. And I'm going to demonstrate it for you. Unfortunately, we are on Zoom, so it makes it a little bit tricky, but I will share my screen and we can see how NetSuite works. So share. Let's go over to here. Cool. So here is your home screen for NetSuite. I remember last time we were talking about organization as a facet that we wanted to improve upon in your new role. Is that correct? Am I remembering that right?
It is, yeah, organization is a big thing for us. We just have a hard time keeping track of everyone, especially with that jump to 300 people. It's just been difficult to keep everything up to date, organized, and know what's going on.
Yeah, that's definitely understandable. With more people, it gets a little bit harder to stay organized and on top of everything. But here in our home screen on NetSuite, you have different sections. It actually has a real nice interface where it's got a beautiful layout with different sections, such as we have the top left reminders. That's actually especially important. One of my favorite features. It keeps you on top of everything going on throughout the week. Moving on, we have employee directory, new hire trends. Your KPIs are there in the middle. It's associated with graphs. So all of that combines kind of to make the interface and everything very accessible and organized. And it's a great tool for organization. Um, does this look like something that you think would help you stay organized?
Yeah, definitely. It looks great. I love the reminders. I know that with all these clients, and I know my Salesforce has a ton of clients each. So the reminders is definitely something that's great and good for keeping track of what they need to do throughout the day and who they need
Yeah,
to talk to.
yeah, I definitely think that'll help you with your ease of doing business. So moving on to a facet that's kind of closely related with the organization and everything. In regards availability, I remember that you remarked upon availability being something that was important to you in our last meeting. So I'm going to switch screens over to this cell phone, and we do have an app for NetSuite that's connected with your computer so that you can access your all the things you would access on the computer with regard to your Salesforce, you can access on the go. It's in your pocket. This app goes for, I know I have an iPhone here presented, but the app does is available for Android and other smartphones as well. So in that regard, it definitely resonates well with availability. Do you think that the app would be something that you would use or access?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know primarily everyone has an iPhone or smartphone, so that will definitely work great for my Salesforce. I think that would definitely be great because, with the pandemic uh, coming to a wrap a little more and we've been getting more like face-to-face time with clients, I think this would be really great for on the go, being able to very quickly pull up who your clients are and who you're meeting with when you're pulling into the parking lot to have a meeting with them, just to refresh what you're about to be talking about. So an app would be great.
Awesome. Yeah. My favorite aspect is how easy and quick it is to be able to pull that up real quick on your phone, check whichever section or segment you need to check, verify, and then go into that meeting. quickness and easiness of doing business with regard to the phone for sure. So moving on to another thing I remember you mentioning was your sales revenue and your top line. That is something that's still important to you. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is really important. Revenue is always a big thing, so very important.
Awesome. Yeah. So in this section here, you have your very similar layout to before, but in the KPI area, you have your sales, your expenses, your total bank balance, and your payables, as well as the indicators below hand. You can click each area or realm, gives you an expanded view, and it will help you keep track of your top line. And in addition to that, a way that will actually really improve your top line and your sales, I believe, and what I've seen in my experience, is that over here you have a section in the bottom right called kudos. Helps you stay more connected with your sales force. You can applaud them when they're doing well and communicate better with them. You also have your total active employees, and you can get to each individual employee through this area, and it helps stay connected. And that, in my opinion, helps keep your sales force engaged, and it motivates them to perform better and execute sales more efficiently and really want to work for you and the company. So I think that the your top line will actually benefit from NetSuite. Do you have any questions or concerns in that area?
Um, I don't think so. That looks really great. I know in our last meeting we talked a lot about myself and the relationships I have with my new sales force. So kudos looks like a great opportunity for me to be able to keep track of and, like you said, give out praise. So that's something I definitely want to start using, and hopefully that applies well to everyone.
Awesome. Yeah. And I think what you're actually starting to get at too is assuring your reputation and having your sales force really value you as a manager. And I remember you definitely mentioned that last time and you're reiterating it now. So I think that this feature will really help you with your reputational assurance and your individual goals. And it'll help you just, be the best manager that you can be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's the overall goal. Obviously, I hope that everyone appreciates what I'm putting into it as much as I appreciate what they're putting into our business. So this is definitely something I look forward to using.
Hmm. Well, that's awesome. One question I have for you at this point in time is it details and relates to your vision. Do you have a 5-year or 10-year vision down the road of where you want to be as a person, as a manager, and where your company wants to be in the trajectory that you intend for it to go towards?
Yeah, we definitely have very strict goals that we want to reach within the next 5 and 10 years. Obviously, growing our business, we just had that, or I just personally had that big jump to take over these 300 employees. And obviously, I want to get better at doing that so we can continue to grow forward and bring in new people and get new accounts and new leads and just overall grow the business.
Yeah, those are ambitious goals. I think you can definitely achieve them. I think that you will achieve them through NetSuite for the reasons aforementioned, such as the organization that's going to be increased and the ease of doing business. It's going to get even easier. And what's really cool about NetSuite is that as you do increase your business and as you grow, it's going to be harder to keep track of those all those new employees and new sales and everything. But with NetSuite, as you grow, it'll become exponentially more important and valuable to your workforce because you will have the ability to stay connected and to track and stay organized with all that new business you're generating. So in saying that, I do think that NetSuite is going to be potentially a vessel that helps you reach that vision that you have, that 5-10 year vision of excellence. Do you agree with maybe that NetSuite could help you achieve those goals you have?
I do, yeah, that all sounds really great, and I'm excited to try to put this to use and see if this does help us get to that vision and reach those goals we talked about.
Well, great. Do you have any questions or concerns with any of the demonstration or the interface that you've seen today in this meeting? Do you have any? Do you want me to explore any areas of that anymore?
I do have one question, something that we struggle with a little bit and that I'd like to know more about is order processing times from the time that we start the order and then how long it's been in process before we actually fulfill that order. Is there any way to see that, or like where I can find that information?
Yeah, so with NetSuite, you do have access to that information. That'll be over in the KPI for the sales area. You're able to dive deep into there and see the time that it took to start to finish for that sale, and other relevant areas within that branch or realm.
Awesome, thanks. That's good to know.
Yeah, and going off that, with other questions or concerns with the interface that may arise with you, I would love to start you on a 30-day free trial where you're able to totally dive into it and see everything, come up with more questions, concerns, or areas where you might need help and tips for utilizing the software. And during that 30 free trial, we'll stay connected, and at the end we can have another conversation and talk about pursuing this and paying for it and using it to achieve your goals and that long-term vision that you mentioned. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm really excited to get started with this.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited about the future with you and NetSuite. We'll wrap up this demonstration then, and we'll start you on your free trial, and we'll stay in touch for sure.
Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome. I hope you have a great rest of your day.
You too.
All right, bye now.
Okay.